Matthew, still a very powerful hurricane moving up into the Atlantic now, out of the Caribbean and north of Cuba and up through the Bahamas and reaching our area by the time we get to Thursday night and early Friday, or at least hugging the coast. The outer rain bands already stretching up through the northern Bahamas here. You can see them here. Along with that, some very squally weather, some very gusty winds associated with those rain bands. And there's also the slight risk for tornadoes. Those rain bands will move out ahead of Matthew, so those rain bands will start to move into our area later on today. We're already seeing some isolated showers this morning, but the bulk of the rain bands will begin to move in. You'll hear these called rain bands, B-A-N-D-S, over the next few days. You'll hear them called feeder bands as well. That's just the term used for these outer areas of rainfall that sort of swirl around the storm and get pushed out ahead of the storm. Let's take a quick look at the warning for our area. It's a hurricane warning, which means hurricane conditions are possible within the next 36 hours. And you see that every county in our viewing area here is colored in red. Everybody here under a hurricane warning. And this is one of the areas where Matthew will make its closest approach to the U.S., and there are still a couple of computer models that bring it onshore in our area as a powerful major hurricane, but most of the computer models keep it just offshore. Even so, it's still going to be impacting our weather, first with tropical storm conditions and then with the potential for hurricane conditions after that. And Felicia's going to break that down for you in just a moment. So Matthew is currently a Category 3. And it is just north of Cuba now and headed up and will likely become a Category 4 hurricane again pretty quickly here because the waters are nice and warm. There's low wind shear, and the Bahamas watching this very, very closely now. Winds will be about 130 miles per hour by the time we get to later on today and tonight, and staying at that strength as it moves up through the northern Bahamas. So it's really right in here tomorrow morning, as the storm approaches the northern Bahamas, when we'll start to feel those winds really pick up. We'll start to feel it later today too, but tropical storm conditions are possible by tomorrow morning. And then here's that very close approach to our viewing area, and you notice the curve in the track here, so maybe even closer to the Treasure Coast than to Palm Beach County. But either way, hurricane conditions are possible across the whole area Thursday night into Friday morning, which is why we have the hurricane warning in effect. Then it curves up to the north, going toward Jacksonville by later in the day Friday, and then up along the coast of the Carolinas and up toward the mid-Atlantic states as well over the weekend. The faster it moves away from us later Friday into Saturday, the faster our conditions are going to improve.